I need to make this video even though I should be studying and I really don't have time. But one thing that really pisses me off and I really want to talk about is the Omar Khadr case. I talked about it numerous times through past videos, and as you might have heard already, I'm not saying anything new, but Khalid Mohammed, the self-proclaimed mastermind of 9/11 terror attack, will get a fair trial with all the constitutional protection under civilian court. But Omar Khadr, the Canadian child soldier accused of killing an American surgeon during a battle, will be tried before a military tribunal, also referred as a kangaroo court by U.S. military lawyer. Why? I don't know, but it doesn't seem fair to me. The former military commission wrote that these military tribunals are set up in order to secure a conviction which would otherwise be impossible to do so if they were actually given a right to fair trial. And these military tribunals were originally deemed unconstitutional by the U.S. Supreme Court back in 2006, and President Obama passed an amendment to ensure that information gained from torture will not be used in the court. But at the same time, still, the American Civil Liberty Union has pointed out that the law of the military tribunal will still permit evidence obtained through both hearsay and coercion, as long as the coercion does not involve cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment. Hearsay or coercion information obtained from those manners will not be permissible in a civilian trial, but it can be permissible in military trial that, Omar Khadr will go to now. Let's get this fact straight one more time. Omar Khadr is a child soldier detained in Gitmo since he was 15. He grew up in Guantanamo Bay. And does the military tribunal has the right to judge a juvenile, especially one who has been detained and tortured for 7 years and counting, and still hasn't been able to secure a fair trial? I have studied Canadian constitutional law before, and there's something called the reasonable uh, time for a fair trial. Being tortured and detained in 7 years under that kind of condition without a fair trial is already unreasonable. It's already a big joke. How can we expect a fair trial after all these years? If they had evidence, Omar Khadr and the rest of the prisoners in Guantanamo Bay would have been convicted a long time ago. Obviously, they don't have the evidence, and now they're going to try to pin him down in some military court that will accept all kind of evidence. According to the Human Rights Watch, no international tribunal since Nuremberg has persecuted a child for alleged war crime, and the United Nations Committee has monitored the rights of children, found that the United States has alleged child soldiers at Guantanamo Bay without due account of their status as children, and concluded that the conduct of criminal proceedings against children within the military justice system should be avoided. But who cares what the United Nations says, right? Omar Khadr, I don't know if he's a good guy or not. He's probably not the most brilliant guy. He's probably not someone who is the most committed to justice and equality. But still, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have the right to fair trial. And given that his terrorist father has took him away, and when he was age 12, and his family has brainwashed him into all kind of evil, preaching about evil things against Western society since he was a child. I think that he is, in a way, a victim. Obviously, if he has killed someone, a U.S. medic, then he is not a victim. But if he didn't, and that he was only pressured by his father, forced by his father to go to Afghanistan and do all these things, do all these fighting, and he was in a sense abused by his father as well. I think that is legitimate to say. Even though my boyfriend watching this probably don't agree with me, I'm really mad. The Omar case is a disgrace not only for Obama administration, but particularly for the Canadian government, which has insisted on refusing to accept the finding of two lower court decisions that find Khadr's right under the Charter of Right and Freedom has been breached. And let's hope that now the Supreme Court candidate will finally do what the Harper government has neglected to do, to treat all Canadians with equal constitutional right and protection. Even if Canadians can't really necessarily ask the U.S. to bring Omar back, at least they can try, and they haven't yet. They haven't done so. And I think that Obama, in some way, really would be happy if they want taken back, because they don't want someone like that. It's just a problem for the Democrats. And how can Canadians blame the Obama administration for mistreating our own citizens when our own government refuses to denounce the abuse and torture that we should be denouncing under our international obligation and our so-called commitment to fair trial? One more thing I'd like to say is Omar Khadr has been accused of throwing a grenade that killed an army medic in Afghanistan. But that particular charge has been questioned because while the government originally accused Khadr as the only person who had threw the grenade that killed the U.S. medic, documents show that the only witness that saw Khadr described actually finding two persons alive in a compound along with Omar Khadr, and the first man was shot and killed before Khadr was found and captured. So it's very possible that the government has lied. The U.S. government has lied that he was the only person found in the compound, so he was the only person capable of throwing the grenade. They actually found another person there, so he might not have been the person that threw the grenade. And so I know that my pronunciation from the Muslim name probably are not correct. I'm sorry for that, but I'm just really mad, and I really hope that the right thing will be done in this case. So yeah, peace out.